This is what boredom and curiosity looks like. It's a Freshie car mat. Floor mat for your car. Freshie floor mat. I don't know. Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a little color mixing. It's something that I do quite often. Sometimes if I don't have a color, like the exact color that I want, I will go into mixing different colors that I do have to get that perfect shade that I want. And I'm just going to show you a few basics on how you can do that if you're limited on your mica colors and you don't want to order just a ton more to get, you know, every specific color that you want. You can generally get just about any color that you need with just about the 5 basic colors: a white, a black, and a gray. So starting off, I am going to go for a basic turquoise, and I've got my uncolored beads here. And what you need for this one is just a basic blue and green. I typically start with the green one because it's lighter, and so it's really easy to use too much blue when you're trying to get this color. I'm just going to go in with green. That's still a little bit light. I'm going to add a little bit more green because the blue is really just going to tint it for that turquoise color. All right, so we've got a bit of a green there, and now I'm going to go in with the blue. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit and add as I go. It is a slippery slope when doing this because you can, trying to get the right color, you have to keep layering on. So like more of this color, oh, too far that way, more of the other color, and then you end up adding entirely too much mica powder. So the key is to just start small and work your way up slowly. You can always add more mica, you cannot take it away. So you can see I'm starting to get a little bit of an aqua color here. And I am using some mica powders that I'm not super fond of. They're kind of cheap, they don't cover as well. I just didn't want to use my good micas just for the video. So I want it to be, it's looking a little dingy. I want to brighten it up. I'm going to go ahead and add more green. And a little bit more blue. And as you can see there, we've got turquoise. It's like that aqua turquoise color just by mixing those two. And if you wanted to go a step further, we could make it like a golden turquoise. And we're just going to add a little bit of gold to give it kind of like a little shimmer to it. And then we kind of have like a mermaid golden type teal. I don't know if that's coming across on the camera. All right, so that's our first one. Pretty simple. And then of course you can make that lighter or darker. You can make it darker by adding more mica. Of course, to make it lighter, you can always add some white. So now it's like a lightened kind of turquoise aqua. So the next one, I'm going to show you how to do coral, which or peach, which is like a mix between pink and orange. Never even used this one before. So with this one, I'm going to start with the orange. And then I'm going to add pink until I've got the color that I want. And now you can see we have this coral type color compared to the orange and the pink. And you can keep going either direction. If you want it more pink, you can keep going that way. And then once again, say if you want it lighter or darker, let's say we want it darker this time, I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of black. Now we've got a little bit darker shade. Next, I'm gonna show you one that I see everyone asking, what color do you use? Not just me, but other people being asked what color they use for skin tone or a nude color. So I'm gonna show you right here, I use a very light pink and then a bronze. So I'm gonna go in, and this one, the key is to use as little as possible because it's really easy to lose that skin tone color or that nude color. So we're gonna start off with the light pink. All right, so that's good. And then with the bronze, or you could even use brown. I like using the bronze. The tiniest amounts, because it's really easy to go overboard. But this is just gonna add in that kind of, it's gonna tone the pink down a little bit and make it a little bit more of a skin color. So that is pretty close. And I've noticed with the micas and just about any mica that you use, it tends to bake on the darker side. So the color that you have in the cup, once it's baked, tends to darken up. So I just like to, and because you use so little mica powder for this one, that the beads are still very transparent. And so I always like to add a little bit of white. So to me, that's still looking a little pink, and I don't want it too pink, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of the bronze. All right, now I'm gonna go back in and lighten it up some more with the white, because once again, this is gonna come out looking a little darker once it's baked. So that's how I get my flesh tone skin for, you know, any of the Freshies that are like a human. Obviously, there's a ton of different skin tones, so adjust accordingly. If you need to make it a little bit more tan, a bit darker, that's always, I would say instead of going too bronze, because that'll be too orangey, you can add in some brown for the darker complexions. And I tend to go for more of the like slightly reddish browns. So we've gotten it a bit darker here, and you can continue on to the shade that you need, just depending on what you're making. Next, we're gonna do one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite colors for Freshies, which is like a sage green. And I'm gonna get that by mixing just a regular, that's too much, a regular green. And then I'm gonna tone it down with a little bit of silver or gray. You could use black, but it'd be a lot easier to overdo the shade and it'd be too dark if you were to use black. So I like to use the gray because I can be a little bit more free. You're starting to get that little bit more cactusy shade. And go in with a little bit more gray. And then I'm just gonna follow it up with some white to make it a little bit more sage and less cactus. Now we have this pretty boho, sage, natural, earthy kind of color instead of just a straight bright green. And last is another common color that I use. And that is going to be, I'm going to call it denim, or you could say like a dusty blue. And same idea. We're going to start with the color and get it just a little bit lighter than what you want. All right, so see, we've got like a very sky blue kind of color, and it's just not realistic when you're making Freshies where there's denim or jeans. This is a jacket, or someone's wearing jean pants, or it's the jean pocket. So then I just go in and I add my gray. Until I've got this color that's more accurately like denim or jeans. And then that's good just like it is. I want to bring back this turquoise because it is looking a little dull. So I was going to see if I could brighten it up a bit. I'm going to use this like bright green. And then I'm going to see if I have a lighter blue. I've got this lighter sky blue, and let's see if we can liven it up a bit. And this is something that you can play with, you know, just on your own. When a color is not exactly what you want, just kind of adjust it according to how you think it needs to be. So if it's too dark or too dull, then look for whatever colors that you have to make it that are a bit brighter. If you have neons, you can add them to that. You can add those to them. Hoping that it kind of I don't know if that helped too much. I think I did added something to this. I don't remember. I think I added white. So, but you can play with the colors and the micas that you have to see what you can get. So here we have all the colors that we just did. I hope you guys found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. See you later. What am I going to do with these now? I didn't really have a plan.